some context, for more than a year now. I think I'm closing in on 2 years now. I've been publishing a newsletter, art newsletter, every single week, Tuesday morning, and I've been doing that very consistently for now 70 plus episodes. And some people are very surprised that I'm that consistent and that I'm so regular about it, and they imagine that I'm a very consistent person, but turns out I'm very not. I've been typically very inconsistent in my life, having like short bursts of motivation. I'm sure you have had those periods as well, where you have a project or something you're very excited about. You are working on it for example, a few weeks. You're very consistent. For example, oh, I'm gonna post every day on Instagram, or I'm gonna write a blog post every week, something like this. But for me, at least, the excitement was always ended up fizzing out. I was getting overwhelmed. I was missing a day, and the routine was gone. And I never knew how to break the cycle, and I did here without even realizing it. And I want to share a bit of the simple thing that were different this time and allowed me to continue working on this newsletter for so many issues. I think the key that I want you to take away from this video is that the writing of the newsletter is very much integrated into my week. So first of all, having a fixed schedule is something I didn't had like a few years ago, for example, because I was, for example, unemployed or with employment that was very chaotic. I didn't have like a strict schedule for my week. So it was very hard to myself regulate and get into habits because I didn't have this fixed schedule. And this is something, and that's a big reason why I was so inconsistent before, is that I didn't have a routine already in place to stitch other things onto. If you read the book, for example, a very famous book called Atomic Habits, they talk about habit stacking. So, for example, if you were to, for example, do flashcards, let's say, you could stack it with your existing habit of brushing your teeth. So I brush my teeth and then I do my flashcard, typically. So sticking habit onto your existing routine. And if you don't have a routine to begin with, it's very hard to do. So first thing, I don't know really your situation, but getting more regular with your day-to-day life will really help you get there and be more consistent at other things you want to stick on top. To give you a bit of an idea of like how do I organize this weekly newsletter, I decided so I'm publishing on Tuesday morning, so we're gonna work back from that. On Monday, I need to have it written and illustrated and put it into the software. And on weekend, I'm free to do basically the thing I'm gonna talk about. So it's an art newsletter. So I'm gonna talk about what kind of art I did this week, what kind of discoveries, and basically that. What kind of artist I like this week. So I can work on it during the whole weekend. At first, I was published at the very beginning. I was publishing on Sunday evening, which was very unfortunate because I was spending the whole weekend basically writing instead of experiencing and having things to talk about. That's another subject for another video, but writing is much easier when you have something to say. So I have the weekend basically free to do anything I want, anything I would be able to talk about. I'm writing a bit on Sunday, and this way I have a very easy Monday on later to just review, correct the grammatical mistakes, and illustrate. And so that's so Tuesday I'm publishing the newsletter. I have the rest of the week to work because I have a day job next to it, and then the weekend that is dedicated to creating things, making cool things so that I can show that. So this cycle basically repeats infinitely. And right now, for example, I'm trying to post more consistently on social media, and I realized that by planning my post during the week So for example, during the weekend, I can tease what I'm going to talk about in my newsletter. Monday, I can talk about the upcoming newsletter that I have written at this point. On Tuesday, I can share my newsletter that has been published. Then I have 3 days during the week where I can talk about things I talked during in the previous issue of my newsletter. So resharing some of the content I talked about, and then the cycle repeats. So you can see that having a cycle, I work really well in the weekly cycle, but having this on top of having make it very easy, so first of all, to stack on top of a day job, but also just to me to know what I need to do each day and spread it out so that it's very, very manageable. Another thing, I'm going through my notes. Another thing like that is something that really helps me is the social pressure. So I used to be very bad at the social pressure part, like basically freak out and try to hide in a hole when I had other people expecting things from me, which is a habit, thankfully, I broke out of. But instead of thinking of it as a social pressure, the fact that I have readers, the fact that I have that I post at a certain time every single week, make it so that some people are awaiting the next issue, and it allows me to make writing the newsletter outside of myself. So I'm not doing it for myself. It's not about just me and what I want, but it's also about providing a service, about providing some news to people because it fits into their routine as well. So it really helps to take the pressure out of yourself and be like, all right, it needs to be done. Be more professional about it. And something I want you to understand as well. First I'm gonna talk about the third part. So first part, have a weekly routine or a daily routine or whatever fits for you, and stacking, have a very regular schedule to begin with so that you can stack things on top. Then having the social pressure. And third part is also very important, is to have a template. So I don't start every newsletter from scratch. I have, let's say, I know I will have, for example, a greeting, an introduction talking about what's going on, a little doodle at the top of the page, an announcement about a giveaway, for example, if I have one running, then 3 sections that can be illustration, regular miscellaneous topic, links, for example, cool links I saw today, or sharing an artist I love, and then a conclusion that follows approximately always the same format. I don't reuse parts from one newsletter to the other, but I know which section I like to do and in which order. So that really helps to not have to imagine things from zero every single time. So I would recommend, whatever you're doing, whatever you want to be consistent at, is to have a template. If you are going, for example, for journaling, I would imagine, for example, you would have questions already prepared so that you can answer them, and have basically a template so that you can follow it and not have to have a blank page and go against it every time. So that was the third part. So have a schedule already, have your week already regulated so that you can stick things on top. The social pressure, or having this desire to help people or to have other people depend on expecting you. And the third part is to have a template. But even with all of that, I'm gonna be honest with you, is that sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes, for example, when I'm traveling, or sometimes I'm just too busy, I don't have much to show in my newsletter. So it's more often than I would like. For example, I'm finishing to write the newsletter the Tuesday morning, an hour before it's supposed to go live. So that's something I don't really like, but sometimes it happens, and it's very okay. Being consistent is not about being a robot or perfect every single time. But what you have to keep in mind is to just get back on the train, keep the habit going, and just don't you just don't want to break the chain. And if you do, it's really okay. You can just start again. Don't beat yourself over it. It's really okay. We are all humans. And I hope these 3 steps and will allow you to be more consistent and finally break free of this bad habit that I had. And I wish you good luck.